Good morning. Here is the next session. In this session, we will be talking about the multiplicative properties of rational numbers. That means whenever you perform multiplication of rational numbers, which properties and which methods do you have to keep in your mind? Okay, so we will be talking about multiplication of rational numbers. So, multiplication, as we all know, is the repetitive addition. Okay, if suppose I am adding 2 plus 2 plus 2, okay, so I am adding 2 4 times. If I do it like this, the result is same. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, and 2 multiplied by 4 is again also 8. So this shows that multiplication of any number is repetitive addition. Okay, so to avoid the repetitive addition, we multiply it with the number of times the number it is repeating itself. Okay, so this is how the multiplication takes place. And when we talk of the rational numbers, then we all know that rational numbers are in the form of a upon b. Okay, then when we talk of the rational numbers and suppose it is getting multiplied by the other rational number, we simply have to multiply the numerator with the numerator and the denominator with the denominator. Clear? Now let's take one example. 1 upon 2 multiplied by 4 upon 7. Okay, so the numerator will be multiplying the numerator, that is 1 multiplied by 4. Then the denominator will be multiplying the denominator, that is 2 multiplied by 7. So it will be 4 upon 14, which could be again reduced to its standard form, that is 2s are 7s are. So 2 upon 7 is the product of multiplication of 1 upon 2 and 4 upon 7. So this is how we perform the multiplication of rational numbers. So to keep in mind that how the rational numbers can be multiplied, we will follow or we will study about some of its properties. So let's now discuss about the properties of multiplication on rational numbers. Properties of multiplication. Okay, the first property is the closure property. This word you have already heard when we did the properties of addition. So similarly, we have closure property in multiplication of rational numbers also. It says when any two rational numbers are multiplied with each other, then their product is also a rational number. That means just now what I have explained to you is here in the first property of multiplication of rational numbers. It says when any two rational numbers, maybe positive rational number and a negative rational number, both positive rational numbers or both negative rational numbers are multiplied with each other, then the result, that is the product of the two numbers, is also a rational number. Now let us take the example to understand this property. Example of closure property. So when we talk of the example, let me take two numbers, 1 upon 2 into 5 upon 7. Okay, so it has been written in what form? A upon B multiplied by C upon D, which we have discussed in the beginning of this session, right? So what are we going to do? We are going to multiply the numerator with the numerator of the rational number and denominators together. 1 multiplied by 5, 2 multiplied by 7 gives you 5 upon 14. So see, when we say 1 upon 2, it's a rational number. Yes, it is a positive rational number. When we say 5 upon 7, certainly it is also a rational number. Then when these both have been multiplied, then we get the product as 5 upon 14, which is also a rational number. Now let's talk about the next property. That is the commutative law. It could be called as commutative law as well as commutative property. Both are correct. Instead of word law, you may use property also. So, the commutative property of rational numbers says that when any two rational numbers are multiplied, their product remains same if they are multiplied in any order. Okay, so you will be able to recall the commutative property of addition also, where the order of the rational numbers does not make a difference in the sum. Similarly, when we talk of the commutative law or commutative property of multiplication on rational numbers, the same thing is followed, that in whichever order you multiply the two given rational numbers, it will not make any difference to the product which you will get in both the cases. So let's understand this. When any two rational numbers are multiplied, their product remains same if they are multiplied in any order. That means it will not change. The product of the two given rational numbers will not change in any of the order which you will be following. Clear? So let us understand this with an example. Okay. So example of commutative law. Okay, so the example says again A upon B and C upon D are two rational numbers. Clear? So if I multiply C upon D into A upon B, then also the product will remain same. So in both the conditions, the product will remain same. Let us take the two rational numbers which I have taken in the closure property. 1 upon 2 into 5 upon 7. Here 5 upon 7 into 1 upon 2. Clear? Now we will be multiplying the numerator with the numerator. 1 multiplied by 5, 2 multiplied by 7 gives you 5 upon 14. And when you multiply 5 upon 7 with 1 upon 2, then also you get 5 upon 14. So see, there is no difference in the product. So this is what the commutative law of rational number expresses. It expresses that whenever the two given rational numbers are multiplied, in whichever order you want to multiply them, it is not going to make a difference on the product which you are getting in both the cases. Clear? Now let's come to the next property. The next property of rational numbers talks about the association of the given rational numbers. This we have already started with when we started the properties of addition on rational numbers. That time we discussed this property known as associative law. We have the same property in multiplication of rational numbers also. So let's come to the third property, that is associative property. Here, or you can say associative law. Now, this property says if we have three rational numbers, a upon b, c upon d, and e upon f, and we are multiplying them. Now, in whichever order or in whichever group we find the multiplication of these three rational numbers, it is not going to be changed. Let's see, in the first condition, I take the first and second rational number together inside the bracket and multiply them. Once I get the product of these two rational numbers, I am going to multiply it by the third rational number. Similarly, I will be again putting all these three rational numbers together. A upon b, c upon d, e upon f. Now, the association will get changed and I will shift my bracket to c upon d into e upon f. Okay. Now, what the associative property says? It says in whichever order or in whichever association you arrange them and find the product of these three rational numbers, there will be no difference in the product of these rational numbers. Now, let us understand the same with an example. So, let's take the example of associative law. So for associative law, I want three rational numbers. So let me take minus 5 upon 2 into minus 7 upon 4 multiplied by 1 upon 3. Now I will take the first association and find out the product. Minus 5 upon 2 multiplied by minus 7 upon 4. This is my first association. I will keep 1 upon 3 outside the bracket. Clear? Now, 2 multiplied by 4 minus 5 multiplied by minus 7. So, the numerator is multiplying the numerator. The denominator is multiplying the denominator. multiplied by 1 upon 3 outside the bracket. So minus 5 into minus 7 will give you a positive 35, because when a negative sign multiplies with a negative sign, it changes to positive. 5 sevens is 35, 2 fours is 8, multiplied by 1 upon 3. So again we will be multiplying it in the same manner, numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. Now what am I going to get here? 35 upon 24. So what is the answer of this association, or what is the product of the association of these rational numbers? Is 35 upon 24. So let us note it down, 35 upon 24. Now I will change the association and again find the product. So I am removing this bracket from here and I am placing it with the second and third rational number, that is minus 7 upon 4 multiplied by 1 upon 3. So keeping minus 5 upon 2 outside the bracket, let's solve the bracket first. Minus 7 multiplied by 1, because these are the two numerators of the given rational numbers. Then 4 multiplied by 3. Clear? Now this is the multiplication order which we will get. Now minus 5 upon 2 multiplied by minus 7 into 1. So minus 7. 4 into 3 is 12. Again I will be multiplying the numerator with the numerator and the denominator with the denominator. Now you will get an idea of the products which you are getting. We got the different product when we solved the bracket in the previous case. Now after solving the bracket, in this case the product which we have got is different, but certainly it is not going to make any difference to the final product. 2 multiplied by 12, the denominators multiplied together, then 5 into minus 7, numerators multiplied together. So again 5 sevens is 35 with a positive sign. Why? Because negative negative gets changed to positive. 2 into 12 is 24. So here I got 35 upon 24, which I have already got in the first case. So this confirms or this verifies the associative law of multiplication on rational numbers, that whenever any 2 or 3 rational numbers are grouped together in any of the order, their product will not change in any case. Let's come to the next property of multiplication on rational numbers. So the next property is existence of multiplicative identity with 1. Okay. Existence of multiplicative identity. Now this property of multiplication talks about that whenever any rational number is multiplied with 1, then the product is the rational number itself. Or if you multiply 1 with any rational number, then also the product is the rational number itself. So let's say if suppose the rational number is a upon b and it is multiplying with 1, then the product which I will get is a upon b itself. Okay, so let's take 1. Now if 1 is also multiplying a rational number a upon b, then also the result remains same. So in both the cases, the result or the product of the two rational numbers is the number itself. So let us understand with this property with some of the examples. Example of multiplicative identity. Examples of multiplicative identity. So let me take minus 5 upon 7. This is my negative rational number. If I multiply it by 1, then I get minus 5 upon 7 only. Okay. Now if 1 is multiplying minus 5 upon 7, then also I will get minus 5 upon 7. Now if suppose I take another rational number, that is minus 3 upon minus 4 multiplied by 1. What are you going to get in this case? First of all, negative sign got cancelled with the negative sign. So 3 upon 4 multiplied by 3 upon 4. Or if you multiply 1 by minus 3 upon minus 4, then also you are going to get 3 upon 4. Why? Because this negative sign got cancelled with this negative sign, and when you multiply 3 upon 4 with 1, then you are going to get 3 upon 4. Now what is actually taking place in this multiplication is same as we have done in the previous multiplications. It is actually when we say the given rational number is getting multiplied by 1, that means it is getting multiplied by 1 upon 1. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 and 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. So that is 3 upon 4. Now let's come to the next property. The next property of rational number talks about the multiplicative inverse. Now what is this multiplicative inverse? You all must have heard one word, that is reciprocal, right? You all can remember or recall this word reciprocal from the chapter fractions which you have studied in your 6th and 7th standards, right? So you all know that what is the meaning of reciprocal. So first we understand that what is a reciprocal. Suppose I have minus 1 upon 2 as a fraction, or let's say I will take a positive rational number or a positive fraction only. What is the meaning of reciprocal is that when 1 upon 2 is reciprocated, it will be 2 upon 1. Now how did I get this 2 upon 1? Reciprocal means that the denominator comes at the place of numerator and the numerator goes at the place of denominator. This is known as changing the given fraction into its reciprocal. Now when we are associating this word reciprocal with the properties of rational numbers, we are giving it a new name that is known as the multiplicative inverse. Now what is the meaning of this word multiplicative inverse? It is nothing but suppose if you have taken a rational number minus 3 upon 4 and you want its multiplicative inverse. So certainly the multiplicative inverse is 4 upon minus 3. Why? Because you are changing the given rational number into its reciprocal. But it means that whenever the given rational number changes to its inverse, the product which you get after solving the two rational numbers, that is 1 the original rational number, second its inverse or its reciprocal, should always be 1. How? If suppose I multiply minus 3 upon 4 and 4 upon minus 3. The product should always be 1. Now how the product is always 1? The product is always 1 in this case as this minus 3 gets cancelled with this minus 3 and this 4 gets cancelled with this 4. So 4 ones are 4, 1 here, and minus 3 into minus 3 is minus 3 got cancelled with minus 3 one time again. Okay, so here what I get as a result is 1 upon 1, which will be turning to single number 1. So this is known as the multiplicative inverse of any rational number. So if it is asked to you that what is the next property of rational number on multiplication, it talks about the existence of identity of multiplicative inverse, which says if suppose any rational number a upon b is multiplied by its reciprocal, that is b upon a, the product which you get as a result is always 1. So this is the multiplicative inverse identity of rational numbers. Now let's come to the another property of multiplication, which talks about the distribution of the numbers. Now let's say distributive of rational numbers over addition. Clear? Now when we talk of distributive property of rational numbers over addition, it is similar when we talk of the distributive law of addition or over addition of integers. So first, before I explain this to you, let's recall that what we have studied in the distributive property of addition, or you can say distributive property of integers over addition, right? Now, suppose I have minus 4 multiplied by 3 plus minus 4 multiplied by 7. Okay, now this is the condition where I have the two integers getting multiplied. Now what is to be observed here is that look at this minus 4. This minus 4 is multiplying with 3 also, and same minus 4 is getting multiplied to 7 also. Now what I will do according to the distributive law, I will take this minus 4 as common and put a multiplication sign, then 3 plus 7. Okay, now this is known as the expanded form of the distributive law, and this is known as the confined or short form of the distributive law. Clear? Now what I have done, I have taken minus 4 as common, multiplied it with the sum of 3 and 7. So what do I get as the sum? Minus 4 multiplied by 10. 7 and 3 when added together gives you a sum of 10. So this minus 4 multiplying into 10 will give you minus 40. So now let's check that how did I get this minus 40 if suppose I will be solving it as it is. Okay, so when I multiply minus 4 into minus 3, minus 4 into 3 will give me minus 12. Clear? And when I will multiply minus 4 into 7, it will be minus 28. Now, when you add these two, what are you going to get? 2 and 8, 10. 1 carry. 2 and 2, 4. And negative sign as it is. Because when you multiply or when you add two negative numbers or two numbers with the same sign, the addition of the two numbers takes place and the sign of the greater number is given to the sum. Clear? So this is the distributive property of multiplication of integers over addition. Now let's take one example of rational number and understand the same. I explained the first example with integers because it will be easy for you to relate. Now I will take minus 5 upon 2, okay, multiplied by minus 7 upon 4 plus, this is the first case, then again minus 5 upon 2 multiplied by 1 upon 3. So this is the distributive property which I will explain using the rational numbers. Now see, this is the expanded form of the distributive property. Now if I have to confine it, what am I going to do? This minus 5 upon 2 will be multiplying to the product of minus 7 upon 4 plus 1 upon 3. Clear? Now see here what is happening. This 5 when put in this condition is multiplying separately with both the numbers which are present inside the bracket. So minus 5 upon 2 is multiplying minus 7 upon 4. Again minus 5 upon 2 is multiplying 1 upon 3 separately. So this is the distributive law or distributive property of rational numbers over addition. Right? Now we are going to solve this. So how are we going to solve this? Because this is an addition, we are supposed to take the LCM first. So I am solving the bracket here. 12 is the LCM. Make a change to the numerator. So it will be multiplied by 3 and here multiplied by 4. So minus 21 plus 4 upon 12. What did you get as the result? 21 minus 4 will give you minus 17 upon 12. Clear? Now put minus 17 upon 12 here. Now you are going to multiply the numerator with the numerator, minus 5 into minus 17, denominator with the denominator, that is 24 in the denominator, minus 5 into minus 17 will be minus, or it will be plus, it will be plus 85. Now why it is plus 85? As we all know that whenever two negative signs are multiplied, they change to positive. So this is the answer of this arrangement of numbers when the multiplication and addition, both the operations are taking place simultaneously in the given rational numbers. Now the last property of multiplication talks about multiplication of any rational number with 0. Multiplication of rational number with 0. Clear? Now, in this, if suppose a upon b, that is any rational number, is multiplied by 0, the product always remains 0. No matter what, if this rational number is a positive rational number or a negative rational number, whenever a rational number will be multiplied by 0, the product will remain 0. So quickly, let's understand it with one example. Let's say 1 upon 2 multiplied by 0 will give you 0. Minus 3 upon 7 multiplied by 0 is going to give you the product 0. So now let us come to the next topic.